I asked the Lord this question: how can I get out of my financial dilemma? Well, it was a hot summer day and I was extremely hungry. So I went to the nearest TGIF restaurant, placed my order. But while waiting for my food, I saw this sparrow that was about 2 inches long. He was very busy moving from one nest from one tree to another tree that was only about 2 feet apart. Obviously, I thought it was pretty crazy because it was right next door. But as I noticed how it was building, I noticed that the second nest was different than the first. The second nest was more fortified. I saw him swoop down from the tree and grab onto some napkins that was on the ground. Come back up and stuff that napkin in his nest. He really didn't pay any attention to how the napkin had been previously used. He simply took what he needed and continued to build. That really made me pay attention. Then I heard the Spirit of God say, "He is building with the storm in mind." Because the first nest was open to the elements, but the second nest had a tiny hole in the top and was almost waterproof, so it seemed. So point number 1, build with the storm in mind. Anticipate challenges because they will most likely come. As I continued to observe this little sparrow, I noticed that as he was working, along came another sparrow and they began to tussle and fight on the ground. Point number 2, when trying to succeed, expect opposition. Not everyone will like what you're trying to accomplish. Just know that there will be those who, no matter how noble or honorable your endeavor, somebody will literally hate what you're trying to do. So if you're going to be successful, you can't worry about your haters and give up at the first time of trouble. Well, I thought it was kind of crazy that this sparrow was building another nest 2 feet apart. But the Lord said to me, that's how you look when you move from one part of the city to the next with the intention of improving your life. Point number 3, when I consider the sparrow took the napkin and only tore off a piece of it and shoved it in his nest, I realized that he was using what was available to him. God's point here is, resources and provision are all around you, you just have to look more carefully. Point number 4, he then said, if this little sparrow moves to another city, will resources be there when he gets there? Yes, they will. With that, God said, there will always be resources around you, you just have to look more carefully and pay attention to opportunities. Point number 5, the Lord said, why would he be building with the storm in mind? The answer is because the sparrow has a purpose to provide for others as well as himself. He also said, notice the difference between the nest. The little sparrow probably observed his mom and dad to teach him how to build the first nest. But only God can teach you how to build with the storm in mind. Finally, consider this. There was nothing in the sparrow that indicated he would not complete his task or be successful in building his nest. God would say the same to you. You have the power on the inside to accomplish anything if you would but believe and put your trust in him. Let him help you with your intentions and you will reach your goal. This time you will prosper and have good success. Again, thanks for visiting, and be sure and like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification button for more content like this.